listening to Bad Decisions with Jazz. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world, you're listening to Season 2, Episode 11 on Bad Decisions with Jazz. Welcome to my podcast and to the shit show in which I call my life. Because, let's be real, it's a shit show. Well, we have weekly updates this week, which is kind of exciting, and I'm very excited to spill some of my little secrets and stuff. My mental health is shit, but again, what's new? But then again, we are a month and 7 days away from the wedding. So, is it gonna be shit? Of course it is. Of course it is. I am just like stressing over the little details at this point, which my wedding planner said would happen. She said that's usually how it goes, and my mother said that would happen. The weekly update, speaking of my mother, I really wanted to give like a little shout out to this because I thought it was funny and cute and like interesting. One, I helped my mom get dressed on FaceTime, which I thought was really cute, and what she wore was kind of like, damn, is that mama? She was like really young and like happy, and you could just see like her free spirit just showing finally again, you know, which was really adorable to see. But also, she was flirting with another man on FaceTime with me. I'm like, girl, if you don't. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but I don't know, I guess it was new to see, like I'd never really seen my mom flirt before, but she's very flirtatious, and now I know who I get it from, which was kind of interesting. It was just like something new that I had learned about her. Again, I had mentioned in my, Hood of Mother episode, I was like, I still don't know everything about my mom. Like, I am still like learning, and I would just be like, really? Like, but anyways, the new weekly update that I have to share with you is that my shoes can you tell I'm excited? But like, come on, it's my bridal shoes. Like, that is so adorable, and I had to go. I can't even like wear them yet because they don't have like the sole protector, so I had to get it on Amazon. And so I can't like break them in yet, but girl, we got a month. You gotta like get to it. And I'm just like freaking out, but like I'm freaking out over everything. I have like anxiety about everything because I'm just like, there's been so much that has been going on with this wedding and like so much drama. And I feel like it's not even like drama that has to do with anything, like it's not like my father drama, it's not like family drama, it's just like drama in general, like just a lot of tension between a lot of people as the day is getting near. So like that's normal. I know it's normal. My wedding planner told me that it would be normal. My mother told me that it would be normal, but it's just like, it like low-key makes me feel like kind of irrelevant, if I'm gonna be honest, because it's like, I feel like this day is more about everyone else rather than just celebrating my love for the man that I am so blessed and so lucky to be calling my husband soon. Like, I just want people to like appreciate me too. Does that even make sense? I have no idea, but like it's a legitimate stressor in my life right now, and I want to feel like important, and I feel like I'm bending over backwards for like everyone else, running around trying to figure this out, trying to find dresses for all my guests, like, because it's difficult. One, I took away like two main colors that usually people want to wear, so I did that. Can't wear white, and since they're coming to Florida, hot weather, nice, want to wear white. And I just like, I feel like I've taken like every color away from the spectrum, and I don't really want people to wear black because like it's not a funeral and I don't like it. But at the same time, I love black. But I was like, I'm taking away all these colors, and I feel like everyone's just going crazy. So now I'm like trying to help them out. I still have to finish small details on me. Like, I still have to get my dress altered, for the love of God. Like, there's just so much that I have going on with this wedding, and I feel like I'm just irrelevant. But obviously this stems like a lot more from like my personal emotions, not really just like the wedding. Like there's more going on to me, which has a lot to do with today's topic. See what I did there? Perfect, setting the scene. But today's topic, I sourced it. Of course I sourced it. I also want to give a shout out to my coworkers. They know who they are because they did help me, as always, bring this topic to life. Like, we just need someone to help us sometimes. Sometimes we just need that outside perspective. And I was speaking to someone and I was like, it occurred to me that my podcast is me speaking for someone and their own thoughts rather than them doing the thinking themselves. And I think that's why I took a step back and like really decided I need my podcast to be a bit more structured. I can't just be rambling all the time. I know I did that for the first episode this season. I didn't really have a topic. I kind of was just like spilling the tea, really. But now that we're here today, let's source. PsychologyToday.com is one of our sources, and our other one is Psych Central. Don't know how reliable they are, but from the information that I was reading on this topic, I thought that they were very credible. So I stuck with it, and I stuck with what they had to say. Now, a lot of this is also me. Obviously, my stories are put in here. I mean, you guys know the drill. Like, if you've been listening to me for a while, you kind of know my method to my madness. Now, today's topic, again, back to that irrelevance that I have been feeling, has been a lot to do with something I saw on Facebook, and I just bit my tongue and it kind of hurts. It had to do with October being the month of angel babies. And it kind of just like hit home for me a little bit more than usual. Like I've been doing a lot of healing, but I'm gonna get ahead of myself. I wanted to honor baby, and I felt that this podcast was probably like the best way that I could do that for me. So I'm just gonna give a little background real quick. Most people who have an unplanned pregnancy tend to freak out in the beginning, like, oh my God, oh shit, what am I gonna do? How do I handle this? Like, I feel like you guys have heard it a lot, but for me, it was so much excitement, so much love, so much that I had been dreaming of. Like, I had dreamed of being a mother for so many years, and I thought maybe, oh my goodness, this is finally like my turn. I'm so excited. It was never like a question. It was like me asking hubby, well, what do you want to do? But this is happening, whether you want to or not. And I had asked him that question before, like, we had even actually taken a test. Like, it was like an instinct that I had. And I was just like, yeah, this is real. Like, I know. And he kind of like brushed it off. But like, obviously he took what I said and he was like, well, we're going to have a baby. I mean, what are you asking me? We're going to have a baby and we're going to be a happy ass family. And to me, it was just so surreal. Like, it was so unbelievable to know that I am with someone so amazing and so worth it, and someone who is a perfect father. Like, I felt like everything was finally right where I needed to be. Like, I felt like all the pieces to the puzzle were right where I wanted them to be. Like, I just felt so full in my heart, and it was amazing, and I loved it. And I was so happy. And so when it was, taken away from me 2 days before Christmas, my entire mood for Christmas had been entirely altered, because to me, that was the best Christmas present I could ever have. And to wait a whole year, I'm not gonna lie, has been like putting a lot of extra strain on me. And I don't know, it's just been having me down, and I just kind of like feel irrelevant. And I know, like, obviously my time will come, I will be patient, but the healing process, what is it? Because this is why we're talking about what we're talking about today. So healing, what is the definition? I always give you definitions, but it's your ability to acknowledge events and circumstances in yours or our lives that may hinder us to move forward. Doing this will allow you to be your best self. Healing is a huge part of your growth, okay? And if you find yourself in similar situations, where it's like, I feel like I've repeated this. Like, you're having deja vu. Like, I feel like I've done this before. I feel like I've been with this kind of person before. Like, I feel like I already know what to expect. Then chances are it's because you have not properly healed from those situations that you should have already healed from. Therefore, you're putting yourself in these identical situations, hoping that you get a different outcome, but you actually don't. So, I want you guys to check yourself before you try and check someone else. Sometimes the problem is not with those around us or those that we surround ourselves with. Sometimes the problem is actually within ourselves. And it takes a little bit of digging, but everything does. I mean, what's new with any of my topics? Heal from that traumatic experience that you never really allowed yourself to heal from, okay? Heal from the fact that this relationship never worked out. Heal from everything that is holding you back and forget the past. We talked about letting go. I mean, everything I talk about kind of goes hand in hand with each other. It's psychological. Forget the past doesn't necessarily mean forget the past. Forget the past more so means to move forward, acknowledge that it happened, but don't be dwelling in it. You know, when we're trying to heal, oftentimes we feel like we're just stuck in this one moment that just repeats over and over and over again, and we just keep ourselves in that moment and we don't allow ourselves to move forward. And I know it's very, very contradicting and very hypocritical of me, because I feel like I'm stuck in this one moment that just replays over and over and over and over again in my head, and you'll never really know that I'm sad or depressed. And I feel like that goes for a lot of us unless I tell you. You'll never know if I just had a mental breakdown in the car unless I tell you. I don't make it obvious, and I don't think most people do. But that has to do with just being kind in general, because you never know. Like, okay, this guy might have cut me off in the lane, but maybe he's rushing to get somewhere. Maybe he's having a bad day, or she's having a bad day. You know, for me, it's not that I'm trying to forget the past. It's more that I know that my child would never want me to be sad. And no child ever wants their parent to be sad. They want to see us happy. They want to see us, you know, progress in life. At least I do. So, and I always did when I was a kid, and my siblings do. So I would just kind of like put us all in the category, since there's so many of us, you know? You know, I wouldn't want my parent to continue crying. Like, it hurts me so much when I see my mom crying, because I want to fix it. I want to make it better. I want to think that I can make it better with the love that I have for her, because she is my mother. You know, like, not to put her on blast, but she knows what I mean. And so my child, I would imagine, would never want the same for me. You know, my child may have came to me and gave me some of the greatest, happiest moments of my life, but my child left knowing that I would hold on to that greatness and that happiness, and that I would move forward, holding on to it, knowing that I always wanted to be a better mother, a better person. And I don't want to sit here and, you know, dwell on the sadness, because that's never what my child would have wanted. I know that my cousin would have never wanted me crying. You know, I know that my grandfather doesn't want me crying. Like, they all want me to progress and be happy in my life, and that's what I'm doing, okay? At least attempting to. I know I'm laughing, but I laugh when I'm sad. You know, they would want me, and they would want you, anyone that you have ever lost, if you've ever been in a situation like I have, they would want you to honor them and to heal. That's what anybody would want. And I know, like, the whole other side is like, there's no definite, but at some point you have to accept that there is another side, and they are there with you in other way. Baby to me remains in my heart and my tattoo right here, you know? So that's how I get to keep baby alive, and that's how I get to heal. And you know, I'm just honoring October being Angel Babies Month, and I felt like healing was something really positive to talk about. Now, you don't have to be 100% healed from something. I feel like a lot of people think that when you say that you're healed from something, that usually means that you're 100% negative, okay? You don't have to be 100%, but even if you're at 10%, even if you're at 5%, that is still some kind of progression into the right direction, so that one day you will be 100% healed. And even if you're not 100% healed, even if your 100% is only 95%, or if your 100% is only 90%, then that still counts. That's still progression. That's still you moving forward. That's still you allowing yourself to move forward from that event that may have triggered you or may have hurt you or that you never really got over. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be 100%. It's just some kind of percentage that makes you feel a little bit better, that helps you get up each morning to put your clothes on, brush your teeth, so that way you can leave for work. Just some kind of percentage that helps you in any way possible. And there's a lot of myths to healing. I feel like when people talk about healing, they say it's easy, it's quick, it's, you know, it's painless, it, you know, it doesn't require much effort. And I think that's such a myth. Okay, and again, just to be transparent, I think healing is one of the messiest things ever. Like, I don't even think that a 2-year-old throwing a tantrum is as messy as someone healing from some kind of emotional, traumatic event. Okay, it is messy. There are days where you're gonna be like sitting down on the couch and it just hits you and you're just gonna ball up and sob it out. Like, you're gonna cry, like an ugly cry too, but let it out. There are days you're gonna be so angry you just wanna punch a wall. I don't say punch a wall necessarily, but if you want to like punch a pillow or something, I recommend that, but don't deliberately hurt yourself, you know? I don't recommend that. But I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there are days that you're gonna feel like you're just so angry that it's just like everything is setting you off. You just want to break something so bad. And there's gonna be days that you just become distant. And I think that when you're quiet in your own mind, then you're probably the most distant you possibly can be. Because I don't know about anybody else, but the voice in my head does not shut the fuck up. Like, it is constantly talking. Constantly. So I feel like when you get to that point, you're definitely keeping people at bay. Like, you're not really talking to them. You're really distant. You really don't want anything to do with anybody and anybody's problems. And that's okay. Okay, it's okay to establish that mental boundary that, okay, my mental capacity cannot handle this right now. I'm just gonna self-sabotage. Maybe not self-sabotage, but I'm just gonna self-reflect and just be in my own bubble for a little bit. Sometimes you'll make it worse. So for me, in that pity party that I love to talk about, I literally talk about it in every single episode, that pity party does include me talking down on myself, talking negatively. Usually adding fuel to the fire is what that will do. I will overthink the shit out of something and I will make it 10 times worse, but then I will come back and I'll think about the optimistic side of things. But you know, sometimes you just need to make it a little bit worse to be like, okay, well, that didn't actually happen. It happened. You're being dramatic. There are days that you're gonna joke about it and you're just gonna laugh about it, and I feel like on those days you should definitely be aware of the person. I laugh about things and I feel like they check me sometimes, like, hey, you probably shouldn't laugh about that. Like, they meaning just like people that I'm talking to about it. There are days where you're just not gonna shut the fuck up about it. Like, there are days that you're gonna constantly talk about it, and that is okay. If that's part of your healing, then do it, okay? But healing as a whole, in general, is the most messy thing ever. Like, ever. Even more messy than a baby with spaghetti. It is messy. And I want you to embrace the messiness of healing. But one day you're gonna wake up from all this trauma and all this sadness that you were just feeling, and you're just gonna have like a fuck it moment, okay? That's what I call it. But a fuck it moment is not like a fuck it, I'm gonna be numb, I'm not gonna care anymore, I'm just gonna shut down. Like, not that kind of fuck it moment. Like a fuck it, like, fuck what I'm feeling, because fuck what this brings me, the kind of feelings that it's bringing me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I feel like the fuck it moment is knowing your self-worth and knowing that you don't deserve to feel sad or depressed, or and that you allow yourself to heal from that situation and move forward. Ultimately, you're not going to question your fuck it moment, okay? You're not gonna question it. You're not gonna feel guilty, and you won't have like any of these like emotional withdrawals. Like, I feel like when we go through some kind of breakup, you know, we have like these emotional withdrawals. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but like, I have sat there and like looked at old pictures and read old messages, like happy messages, and like I feel like that's part of the cleanse of like a breakup. And like, that doesn't necessarily just mean a breakup. Sometimes it means like a breakup with like a friendship. Sometimes, you know, for me, like, I still watch the videos of baby and hubby and I, you know, like, I still watch the videos of our family, and I still get like, maybe not teary-eyed, but like, I'm still I'm still processing it, I guess, and healing from it, you know? Like, I would say, like, I'm a 75% there. Either way, like, emotional withdrawal is, like, from a person, he or she didn't make me feel good, we don't know her. That's kind of like what the fuck it moment is. Healing is like, and I'm gonna quote this, and this is not my quote, but I mean, I like remixed it a little bit, but it actually came from my baby sister when I was talking to her about it on FaceTime. And I was just kind of like trying to get some insight and trying to get like another perspective, as I was saying earlier. But she said it's like holding a rope, okay? And you want so bad to hold on to this rope and not let go. But the longer you hold on, the deeper it cuts. And if you just let go, you'll feel sore, okay, fine, the first few days, you'll feel sore, like your arms will feel sore, and your hands will have cuts, and they'll bleed a little bit, but eventually, your hands begin to heal, and one day you kind of just look at those cuts, and you're just like, wow, I remember this, it's a memory, but I don't feel it anymore. That's kind of like what healing is. I mean, healing is like that, literally. I mean, if you want to go like with wounds and stuff, like healing, obviously, it's like, oh, it's just a scar. Like I have a bunch of scars on me, and it's like, wow, I remember that moment, but I don't remember the pain that it came with. That's literally what healing is, and it also goes with like your emotional healing. So it literally is you healing your wounds. That's terrible off the top of my head, but it's fine. We're gonna rock with it. Do I have solutions? Come on now. I always have solutions for you guys. I just feel like I need to provide solutions so that way you guys know that you have options, because if you're like me, you need those options. You need to know that you have more than one out. I have to know my exits when I enter a building. I have to think about where those exits are in the building, or what I'm gonna do if something's bad if I ever walk into a building. It's not healthy, but that's how I live my life, and don't come for me. Solutions are to motivate yourself. Be your own hype man. Look in the mirror and be like, damn girl, damn boy, come on. I do it all the time, okay? Sometimes you just need to be your own hype man. And if I'm not my own hype man, then get you someone like hubby, because he's my hype man. He will be like, damn, babe, you looking cute. And I'll be in like sweatpants and my hair's in a bun and like I look like crap. Be yourself. Now, the thing about being yourself is that most of the time we don't really get to discover ourselves, and if we do discover ourselves, usually we want to change something about ourselves. It's just like the way of life. Like, change is inevitable. Okay, so sometimes that means reinvent yourself, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if you want to dye your hair freaking purple, then dye your hair purple. But if you decide a month after you dye it purple that you really don't like purple hair or colored hair and you want to dye it to your natural hair color, then guess what? That is you discovering who you are and trying to move forward to being yourself. That counts. That's something. So I would consider that as such. Love and be loved. It's easy to be distant, but try and stay away from the distance. Sometimes we do just need someone to support us and love us, and someone to like really fight for us, and that's okay. I mean, I think that's okay. I think that's normal. I mean, we want to be fought for. I mean, who wouldn't? I don't think you're normal. I think you're a psychopath if you don't want to be fought for. Love and be loved. Allow yourself to love other people and allow yourself to be loved by other people. You don't always have to be the giver. Sometimes it's okay to be the receiver. That's what she said. Know that you deserve to be happy. I mean, I just touched on this not that long ago, but know that you deserve to be happy. Know that you don't deserve to be sad or, feel like you have to be in this little bubble of pain. Know that you deserve to be happy and that you would deserve to heal from situations, that you don't need to just be sad all the time. Take your pity party, burn stuff in the fire. I mean, punch a mattress if you want to, flip a mattress over if you want to, like, do what you gotta do. And have I done all of those things? Your girl is psycho, so abso-freaking-lutely. I have broken plates, I've flipped a mattress over. I mean, I have done done the whole swipe it off of a table. Did I regret all of that afterwards? Yeah, so I highly recommend trying to contain your emotions, because I broke a lot of cool things that I didn't want to break and I couldn't replace, if I had got it from Target, somewhere that mass produced these things, okay? But I'd be getting stuff from thrift stores and it's well, good luck trying to find that again, and it was broken and I was I was more upset at myself for allowing myself to be in that situation. But I've definitely flipped over a mattress. And it's funny because I did try to move that mattress afterwards, and I remember how heavy it was. And I don't know how I did it then, but I did it. But that's me being transparent. Let yourself feel your emotions. You know, it's easy to not deal with your emotions. Like I said, it's easy to shut down. It's easy to be like, I'm not dealing with it. It's really easy to be numb to what you're feeling. It's easy to just put it in a box and be like, yeah, nope, not gonna deal with it. But I would say assess it, deal with it. I mean, if you don't really know what you're dealing with, then I would say let it be, let it come to life when it does, and you're gonna feel that rush of emotions. And when you feel that rush of emotions, let yourself feel it. It is the first step to healing. That is how you're gonna heal completely. Maybe not 100%, maybe your 100% is my 80%, but either way, feel it to the point where you feel like you're 100%. And don't put it in that box. Just feel it, okay? Because if you want to heal from something, if you want a different outcome for something, then you have to feel it. That's part of growth. That's part of you learning who you are. So don't feel like you have to keep yourself in that small little bubble of pain. Obviously, I've talked about this many times before. Group therapy, sometimes it's beneficial for someone to, surround themselves by other people who can similarly relate to what you're going through. I mean, I have considered group therapy multiple times. I guess I just haven't done it because I haven't found I haven't found one at all. Seeing a therapist, I always preach see a therapist. I will do it one of these times in my life when I feel like I'm not going to procrastinate on my mental health. So don't be like me. Just take my advice. Go see a therapist, okay? Be happy about yourself. Be happy that you're in your skin. Be your own hype man. And I feel like you start doing that by accepting the fact that you may need a little bit more professional help and see a therapist. That's what I can say. Love yourself enough to know that, I obviously need to see somebody who's a little bit more of an expert at this. I hope that makes sense. I tried to keep this podcast fairly short, but obviously I did not succeed. But I do hope that you guys liked my episode on healing, and if you did, please give it a like and subscribe. That would help a lot for my ambitions in life. Just kidding. My only ambitions are to help people. My goal in this episode was to be really transparent. Obviously, it's not easy talking about a breakup. It's not easy talking about the loss of a child, but I really did want to honor baby, and I felt that October was the month to do it, since a year ago we were finding out I guess we were making the news. Can I say that? We'll find out. I want you guys to enjoy my podcast, so please drop some feedback in the comments, drop some feedback in my DMs. Either way, give me the feedback. Let me know how I can make my podcast better, okay? Progression is key. And I know, I already know I need a camera, okay? I already know. Like, this Mac is not doing it for me either. But here we are. I'm making do with what I can to provide you guys wonderful content. Tell me what I can do to keep you engaged. That's what I want to know. What can I do to keep you engaged in my podcast? Like, do I have to paint a picture or something? Like, what do I have to do? Do I have to, dance or something? I can't do that without music, which means I can't do my podcast. So what do I gotta do? Let me know. And also, I'm giving you guys an opportunity to tell me what you would like to hear me talk about in next week's episode. So definitely drop some comments down below on whatever you think you would want to hear. That would help me a lot, because the amount of processing I must do to get these up and running to you is crazy. I believe that's all I have. Follow me on IG, because that's where I'm the most active. You guys might get a little sneak peek into the wedding. Follow me on TikTok, because I just drop a bunch of random videos on TikTok. I honestly don't have a method to my madness on TikTok. I just do whatever I feel like I want to record, which is probably not a good thing, but it's fine. I am picking back up on Twitch tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time, ladies and gentlemen. So if you guys would like to do a little Q&A tonight, then I'm available for that. If you guys want to hear me ramble, if you want to see me build a house, then your girl's doing it, because she has Wi-Fi now. So that's nice. That's a wonderful thing to have, really. It's nice to be back in the 21st century. That is all I have, so I will see you in next week's episode. Ladies and gentlemen, be safe, be happy, and be loved. XOXO, Jess.